Right. Okay, so we'll do a little kirtan and then we'll talk a little bit. Right, is that okay? 10, 15 minutes. So this, usually I don't have many melodies that I sing, but this melody is a new melody that everything comes from Krishna. I can't say I made it up through the inspiration of the Lord in the heart. You know, this melody came up a couple of months ago when I was in Australia. So we're going to try and sing this together for about 15 minutes or so. So this is something that I always tell myself, but I always tell people also, whether it's one person in the room or 1,000 people or 10,000 people, the principle's the same. You know, kirtan is not a performance. You know, if you're here to learn kirtan to be a performer, this is the wrong attitude, this is the wrong move. This kirtan is not about showing off our musical talents or voices. Kirtan is completely about bhakti. It's that devotion, expressing our devotion through chanting mantras, through playing musical instruments for the pleasure of the Lord. So that's very, very important. You know, very basic things we learn before even starting to learn any instruments is the mood of chanting. This will define the quality of our chanting. I mean, this chanting, this mantra is Krishna, but the quality of our hearing and the quality of our chanting will define how deep that connection with the Lord is. So it's up to us. You know, the more we open the heart, the more we're sincere, the more we're having faith in the holy names through constant practice and determination and detachment. You know, even if we make a mistake, we just keep on chanting because, you know, ultimately everything is Krishna's hand in whatever we do. You know, I mean, sometimes, you know, when I'm chanting also, mind is very tired, travels, I make a mistake on the harmonium. So what do? Do I stop chanting? But no, it's Krishna as a person, you know, talking to us in a language that, you know, we should try and understand. These are signs. Okay, maybe, you know, sit properly if you're tired, or if there's pride coming in the heart. You know, when we're chanting, you know, we're chanting and, you know, devotees are dancing, people are dancing, we think, I'm making the kirtan happen. You know, this is because of me, that these people are dancing. But then suddenly we make some mistake on the harmonium. Then we should see that as Krishna giving us a little slap on the head, you know, don't be proud. This is not your property. This knowledge comes from me, the gift of a beautiful voice, the gift of playing some musical instruments, everything comes from Krishna. So we should use it wisely and properly to glorify Krishna on Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He tells us that kirtan is meant only for Krishna's pleasure, not even for our own pleasure. Many times, you know, people come after a kirtan and, you know, they tell, you know, the kirtan leader, you know, I enjoyed the kirtan. You know, but this enjoyment is meant for Krishna. Because when we give Krishna that pleasure of hearing his own names with love and devotion, with bhakti, when he's happy, then the amount of happiness that we get, because he's happy in the heart as Paramatma, that amount of happiness is multiplied by 1,000 times. And the heart can't hold that amount of mercy and happiness. And this is what we want. And it's not like a business deal. We offer Krishna with 2 hands, and he gives us back with 2 hands. We offer Krishna with 2 hands because this is our limitations, the limitations of our hearts and our condition of the heart, of the mind. So when that is aligned, with Krishna, and because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, when he gives us back, it's much, much more rewarding. So it's worth, from the beginning, to be on the right track to do this service. This is a service. Kirtan is not about using the names of Krishna, the mantra, the instruments that we're playing for our own name, fame, adoration, distinction, money, women, so many things that come with Kirtan. If we use that if we're using the mantra for our own service, then this is not Kirtan. Kirtan is pure. Kirtan has to be from the heart, meaning what we're chanting, very honest and sincere. Then Krishna will hopefully listen to our offering. Because Krishna has the best. Krishna has the best gopis. Krishna has the best. They play the drums better than any of us here. They're the best singers. When we sing, even the frogs in the spiritual world croak better than us. That's the spiritual world. Every word is a song, every step is a dance. So we should be very conscious and careful to always be humble in life, but also, especially when we do devotional service. It doesn't matter if it's kirtan or cleaning the toilets or washing the pots. It doesn't matter. Humility is actually something not easy to achieve, not easy to get. We have to cultivate humility, but we cultivate humility by introspecting ourselves. The condition of our hearts. My dear Lord, I have anger, I have greed, I have lust, I have so many unwanted qualities in my heart, but I still want to chant for you. Please help me, please give me that know-how, please give me that strength. And then in that mood of humility, when we approach the mantra, then the heart is very peaceful. The heart is not looking for acclamations or affirmations, that your kirtan was good. No. Your kirtan was good, you'll feel it. Krishna will reciprocate in the heart. Someone might come and tell you, but then don't take it personal. Don't take it, it's me. The neck starts stretching you. Nah. Take it very humbly and, just thank all of our teachers, the Acharyas, Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, all the Acharyas, who have unflinching faith in this process of Harinam Sankirtan. When we ask for the blessings, this is how we get, this spiritual power, this Shakti. And then when we sit down, it's like you sit down like a rock. There's no need to move. The nature of the mind is very flickering. We're sitting here, but the mind is not here. The body is sitting here. Sometimes we want to move, we have to move, due to limitations of the body. We're not yogis. No, we can't. Yogis were trained to sit for thousands of years, to be able to meditate, to elevate the consciousness of the mind. But in Kali Yuga, we cannot do that. We sit for like an hour, we start like, moving around, oh, my back's hurting, cramps. But it's practice. It's not that it's not possible. I was very fortunate to, when I was 18 years old, I joined the 24-hour Kirtan in Vrindavan. You guys been to Vrindavan? Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, not yet. Been to India?
No.
You should come to India. It's a different world. Yes. Krishna will make the arrangements. Yes, so I was part of this, the 24-hour Kirtan in Vrindavan. And my seva was to do 6 hours of Kirtan every day. Under the guidance of, one very powerful Kirtan leader, Ayendra Das, Ayendra Prabhu. I mean, he was my teacher, and teacher means to teach by example. So one day he came to my room, he came knocking on my door, and he said, Madhava, let's go clean toilets. And I looked at him, I thought he was joking. I was like, oh, he must be joking, right? Then he said, no, let's go clean toilets. And this is like the brahmachari toilets in the ashram in India. You can use your own imagination to. I wouldn't. But yes. And he said, yeah, this is going to be good for cleaning your heart. And I'm like, how's cleaning toilets going to be good to clean my heart? I was 18 years old. I was like, always like, trying to find something to fight about. And I said, no. And I never cleaned toilets ever in my life, at home in Mauritius. And so I saw him, he went to his room, and he came out with a gamsha, with some gloves, and a gallon of acid, and he was walking towards the toilet. And it just gave me 1 minute to think, to ponder, here I am, this 18-year-old kid, who thinks he knows everything. He thinks he's like the best mridang player. And there's my guru, my Kirtan guru, who has so much faith in this chanting process of Kirtan. And he's willing to get his hands dirty to go clean the toilets, to teach. Well, first he's practicing, what he preaches, but then he's teaching, the younger generation, by his own example. So it just made me realize. I just put on my gamsha and joined him in the toilets, and while we were cleaning, he was chanting Kirtan. And I actually felt like layers of dirt being cleansed from the heart just by, cleaning toilets. So I knew what he meant. And then after that, the Kirtans that I did with him, I was his mridang player. Those Kirtans became very, very spontaneous and very, very loving. We were very connected. So that ingredient of humility is so important when we chant Kirtan. Whether it's with one person, whether it's we're chanting to the walls, there's no one around in the room, whether it's with 10,000, 1,000 people, it doesn't matter. The quality of our chanting doesn't change because of the quantity of people. This is not about impressing people. This is not Kirtan. The quality remains the same. Whether we're sitting alone in the temple room, there is Krishna there. Whether I'm sitting there here alone or at home alone, Krishna is there. Krishna is always. Krishna is the main audience. In a Kirtan, Krishna is the audience. It's not the crowd. At the end of life, the only person who's going to be sticking with us is Krishna. Now there's people who clap in the crowd, when you finish a Kirtan. They're not going to be around. So why worry about the clap? Now, what we have to worry is about the quality of our offering to Krishna. With love and devotion, with humility, with respect, and with determination and detachment. We have to be detached because not always, we are in the right frame of mind. We are influenced by the modes of material nature, by the three modes of material nature. So we have to transcend these modes through this process of Kirtan. So it is very serious business. It's not just, that we learn some melodies, it's cool to sit down and do a little Kirtan because everyone's doing Kirtan. The yoga people are doing Kirtan. Everybody's doing Kirtan. This is not fashion. Although it's become fashion, which is a good fashion, but it's a very serious connection. It's a path. It's the path of bhakti. It's the highest path of yoga. To chant the names of the Lord, especially recommended in Kali Yuga. So that's so important. I'm just going to stop here. If you guys have any questions about what we talk, or any questions, just throw it out or else. Yes.
No?
Yes. Now or never.
How would you recommend to grow in Kirtan? Like you said, you have a guru, Kirtan guru, Prabhu. How would you recommend in our current time, let's say in our current situation, to some kind of find the Kirtan guru in our lives? Is it possible, and how to do it?
It's possible. The best is to have a guru that's present in your life physically. But if that's not there, there's the teachings. The teachings are actually more powerful than that personal, touch with the guru. So the knowledge, we can listen to lectures or talks on Kirtan or the Bhakti philosophy from people that actually inspire our hearts, who can, bring us on a different level. I do so many classes, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada's teachings are pure. So these are gurus. So you go where the honey is, and then you take that nectar. So you have to be able to look. You have to know the qualities of a guru. This is taught in our Shastra. How he walks, how he talks, how he eats, how he sleeps. So you study all this, and then you find the right people, even if they're not there. You read and cultivate that connection you know, in the mind and in the heart with that person. You know, when you do kirtan or when you practicing any devotional service, this is the person that inspired me. In my sense, I under Prabhu, my parents, you know, were my first gurus who gave me my Madhava when I was 5 years old. So, you know, that feeling of gratitude towards, you know, these people, and this attracts blessings. And these are gurus. It doesn't, you don't have to be sitting on the Vyasa-san to be a guru. You know, many, you know, Kishore can be my guru. Srubi can be my guru. I can always learn something from any one of them. So we have to be very open and also very intelligent to be able to choose, but to be able to know also what we want. Why do we want to do kirtan? That's the very first question. Why do we want to do kirtan? Yeah. That's a very important question. Why so many people want to do kirtan now? Why wasn't it like 20 years ago? Is it because it's fashionable now? That's why everyone wants to do kirtan? That's food for thought. It's something you need to think about.
Yeah.
And it is very serious.
I'm not a very fashionable person.
Good.
But I don't think when I was younger that that the holy names attracted me in the same way,
Yeah,
and I wasn't aware. I didn't know.
that's beautiful. Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
It should actually go deeper. That attraction should go deeper. And that depth of attraction comes with practice, with just being sincere. You know, taking ourselves out of the equation. You know, we're sitting here behind the harmonium. Suddenly we're like, you know, some big guy. In some ways, right? But we're not. We're serving the people. We're serving the Lord by chanting His names. And, you know, by doing this sincerely with the right frame of mind, then our service becomes deeper, because we actually understand, you know, what kirtan is. Yeah. Anyone else? Questions? Comments? Sorry, I'm just like, I'm very straightforward. And this is the school that I've been to, and it was a very hard school where, you know, I was 18 years old, I was wild. I'm still a little wild. But at that time, you know, I was really wild, and I needed a teacher that was actually break me. I needed to read it. Yes.
I have a question.
Sure.
You mentioned that whether you're in front of a crowd of people, the quantity should not affect the quality of your kirtan. Sometimes I've noticed that when you are in front of a crowd of people, it can be so distressful that you feel like I have no other option but to surrender.
Yes, that's good.
On the other side, when I'm alone, I can feel a little bit like, wow.
Well, it depends on the nature of the person. Different. I mean, people are different. You know, but no matter what, you know, whether there's, you know, many people or no people, the main thing is to be serious. You know, that connection has to be like, you know, sincere and genuine. You know, not only when we're sitting in front of people.
I'm not, it feels like because you're so nervous, it's easier to feel that connection. Okay, Krishna,
Yes.
I have no other option. It's not me. You can. I'm not capable to do it. And then you can feel that connection. Do you have any advice for when you're doing your personal bhajan? How do you make that connection deeper as well?
Well, that connection comes from acknowledging that, you know, everything comes from Krishna. You know, that nothing belongs to us. You know, the knowledge, you know, the ability, you know, the talents, you know, Krishna says in the Gita, you know, everything comes from me. So by actually understanding that, you know, then it stops us from being proud. But also at the same time, you know, because, you know, we just learning how to do kirtan, we're sitting in front of the crowd, you know, we're nervous, but it's also good because, you know, like you said, it forces us to depend on the mercy of the holy names, or depend on our teachers or the acharyas. So it depends, you know, how we see it. If we see it in Krishna's eyes, that Krishna is making, you know, a situation where I can, you know, take advantage of that situation so that I can, you know, cry out more or chant, you know, deeper to Krishna, and that's good. Yeah. Yeah, Krishna puts his hand in different ways. You know, like for me, you know, when I'm tired or a little too much pride comes, I just make some mistake in the harmonium, and I know Krishna. Yeah, so for different people, it's different signs, but you have to be open to see the signs. Yes.
I have a question. I feel now that I'm really motivated because I'm in the course and I'm surrounded by beautiful, pure devotees. But I can see them when I go home, my motivation and my enthusiasm and maybe even my faith might not be up there.
Uh-huh.
And I'm wondering what practical things and maybe even beyond that you would advise us to do so we can continue with the same enthusiasm.
The practical thing is that you take kirtan as a sadhana. You know, every morning or whenever you have some free time, you know, best is the mornings or even, you know, evenings. You take like half an hour of your time or 15 minutes, you know, depending on your schedule, and just sit down, just by yourself, in front of, you know, photo of your deity or your deities. Just sit down and chant without any strings attached. Just chant for Krishna. That's sadhana. So if you do that every day, it doesn't matter where you are. You know, you're sitting with like 10 people or 10,000 people, because this is your sadhana. So you're going to do the same thing in front of 10,000 people, because this is what you used to do. This is part of your genes. So you got to train yourself so that kirtan becomes part of your blood. And that's sadhana. So, yeah? Yes.
I have a question that's kind of related to that. I do ask this a lot, but it'd be good to know your thoughts. But because I feel like your personal bhajan and singing the Krishna on your own is a different mood than singing kirtan with people. Like I don't really sing kirtan with people because there's not a massive opportunity to do it in Scotland, and it's something that really gives me the fear, which is one of the reasons why I'm here, to try and get over that fear. But so are you saying that like your personal bhajan should be the same mood that you bring to kirtan? And do you think that it's really important to have both? Or could you literally be in your own world and just do your personal bhajan and that would make Krishna happy, or is that being a miser, as Prabhupada would say?
I mean, the more the merrier.
Yeah, that's what.
The more chanting, you know, the better. You know, the more you chant for yourself,
Yeah.
the more you feel connected. And the more you're connected when you're sitting in front of 10 people or 100 people, because you're connected, you'll be able to connect them through the acharyas, through the teachers, through the mercy of the mantra. But that comes with practice at home. So what you have at home, you'll bring that to the kirtan. So your sadhana is also part of your service. There's no difference there. You actually, you know, I'm used to like sitting for hours and hours. I can sit for 8 hours, you know, at home, but I can sit for 8 hours in front of people because I've done it at home. I do it at home. It's not like, okay, at home I sit for 15 minutes, and in front of people I sit for like 2 hours, and I'm like all cramping up, and it's not natural. The sadhana means like constant practice. Okay?
Yeah. I think, I mean, because I do see it as like really serious, but I guess I don't, there's not like a specific time that I do it, and I don't do it for a certain duration. I think when you say you need to take it seriously, it's like, I really need to like kind of
Yeah, if you
protect
put a
it in
time
sort
to
of structural.
structure, yeah.
So I'll just like do it as and when I feel like it, but I think I need to treat it more like sadhana.
That's also good.
Yeah.
You know, but if you put it structure,
Mm-hmm.
you know, then it shows that you're actually very serious.
Yeah.
You know, when it's like, okay, come here, there, whatever, I have time, you know, that's good. But it doesn't show any commitment. But when you put a time, okay, 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to chant for Krishna for like 15 minutes, half an hour, that's your time between you and Krishna. And Krishna sees that, okay, you're actually serious, you're actually sincere, and then the door's open.
And then I'll be ready to do it with people. I need to go find people, because there's not enough people in Scotland, but I feel that's what I need to do, and I just go back and sing.
Sheep, you should chant with the sheep.
Sheep, I wish I did. Actually, at the temple, it's got sheep. They actually have alpacas.
Alpacas, yeah.
Really nice. But that's like 2 hours from me. I live in Glasgow, so I live like in the city.
Right, yeah,
But
yeah.
I can go sing with the Sankirtan team, I think that's what I would do.
Yeah, Sarah, yeah.
No, yeah, I hope so.
People think I'm serious, but I'm
That would be great.
Why are you laughing? Kishore? Kishore knows me. I mean, when the time is right, Krishna will send the right people.
I hope so, but you've got to be sincere, like you say, so what if I can't find that sincerity, and then just,
And the sincerity comes by, you know, like Prabhupada says, you know, we should chant like a child crying for its mother. We should mean this is sincere. When we mean what we're chanting for real, that's sincerity. Sincerity is not like some, you know, magic word. You know, it's very simple. Mean what you're saying, mean what you're doing. This is sincerity. Anyone else? Questions? Yeah.
Maybe if you can share something about, you know, like you were talking about how in any situation in Kirtan we have that same opportunity of having quality connection with Krishna. And then you also talked about, you know, in Kirtan there can be so many kind of scenes going on. And one of the things that I notice is that when people don't feel necessarily like they're in the center of the Kirtan or playing an instrument or on a mic, they feel like not giving as much effort because they think, well, if I'm not there, maybe it means I'm not as important or whatever. So there can be some misunderstanding in that. Maybe you can share something.
Yes, I mean the whole thing about doing kirtan is knowing why we're doing kirtan, what we're doing kirtan for. It's basically education, you know, to have a guru, to have someone to guide us, you know, from the beginning when we start to crawl, crawl in the kirtan, when we start basically starting to learn kirtan. So I think that's very important. I mean, if we have the proper knowledge, you know, that we are in a kirtan, whoever is singing, we just sit because the mantra is absolute. The mantra is Krishna himself. Maybe we might not like the melody, like you say, you know, we might not be the center of attention, you know, not playing any instruments, we're just sitting there. But we're sitting there for a reason. The reason is not us. The reason is Krishna. We've come to a kirtan to get something, to get that connection with Krishna. So it's not us who is the center of attention. We need to get this. You know, we need to talk more about it, you know, openly, so that, you know, people who come to a kirtan, they know that, okay, I'm singing, I'm leading the kirtan, but I'm not any better than anyone else. I have my faults, you know, I have my struggles, just like anyone else. It's not like now I'm sitting on this side with the harmonium, I'm any better. The chanting the holy names is the same, whether we're sitting on the other side or we're sitting on this side. We can be sitting on this side and people thinking, oh, he's such a great kirtan leader, but I could be thinking of so many nonsense, and mine is somewhere else. So that education, that teaching, why we're doing kirtan, the need of kirtan. You sit, like Satchidananda Maharaj says, you know, you take a vow, a sankalpa, before a kirtan festival. You know, like Radhadesh members, they have like, you know, 10, 12 hours of kirtan every day. You take an affirmation in the morning. Okay, now I'm going to sit for 6, 7, 8 hours. No matter what, I'm not going to move. But that's a big thing. But then this is how you get that training. That it's not about, you know, who's singing, but it's about the mantra. Not about the melody, but about the mantra. Okay? Yes, please.
I'm thinking about your question that you said to ask ourselves, why do we want to do kirtan? And like, I have no idea.
You have no idea?
Yeah, maybe could you share what is your reason why do you want to do kirtan? Just like, is it?
Well, when I first started doing kirtan, I thought kirtan was cool.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, playing with Ganga, you know, for Ainda Guru, you know, that was my understanding of kirtan at that point, you know, when I was still young.
And now it's your life.
Now it's my life, because you know, the amount of joy and happiness and peace and everything that you need. You know, you can take, you know, any amount of drugs, but it won't give you that kind of happiness that you get in the kirtan. Knowing that and having experienced it, but also, you know, from the teachings of, you know, Ainda Guru, of my teachers of Prabhupada, knowing and hearing what real kirtan is, you know, to do it for Krishna only, and to be sincere to, you know, just, you know, one mantra at a time, you know, don't rush your mind, put everything, all the love, all the bhakti into each mantra. But that comes with practice. So through the years I've been learning this and trying to put it into practice, and sitting down and meditating and just not moving. Because movement, for me, at least for me, when I move, when I do kirtan, it just breaks the flow of my connection with the mantra. Even my wife, when she sits right next to me when I do kirtan, she's vata, so she has to move, and she accidentally touches my legs. My meditation is broken. So that takes me. So I tell her, make sure you're sitting here, don't touch me. Because then you have to work much harder to come back to that mantra. So through years, there's many things because the holy name is a person, it's Krishna. So the holy name reveals many things, many things that I don't know. So Krishna is alive. So it started from, somewhat kind of a mundane reason. Now it's become my mission. Because the mantra has everything. Very powerful.
I was just going to ask you about Prabhu again. How long were you with him, learning from him?
I stayed with him for 6 years. 1992, January 92, I joined the 25 program.
What else did he teach you? Do you have any other memories of teachings?
Yes, he taught me many things, but one thing that he used to tell me, which is actually very important. I used to be his mridang player, his drummer, and I never used to sing when I played the drum. Because actually, for men to do two things at a time is very difficult. Yes, but so it was very difficult for me to First, I didn't want to chant. I just wanted to play the drum and show off. I'm just honest. And I didn't know the real meaning of kirtan. Just chanting, I'm a drummer. I'm just going to play drum. I'm going to chant. And Ainda Prabhu, he would lecture me. He would bring me to his room after the kirtans, and he would lecture me for 3 hours every day for 1 year. How I was not the best mridang player. Not like 5 minutes lecture, it was like 2-3 hours. And sometimes I would argue, sometimes I would just cry, sometimes I would just be quiet because I knew he was right. And my ego was like so strong I didn't want to admit. But he told me, your mridanga playing is 0. He told me that every day. Your mridanga playing is 0 if you don't put a 1 before it. And that 1 is the chanting of the mantra. The mantra in kirtan is everything, before any instruments. Kirtan means to chant the holy names of the Lord. Kirtan doesn't mean to play harmonium, to play mridanga, to play kartals. This is not kirtan. Kirtan is about the mantra, it's about Krishna. So this is another thing that he told me that's now stuck in me. And I practiced it, and now I can play mridanga and sing at the same time. And I always tell the young people who are around me, who are playing mridanga with me, please chant. And I tell them, what I do, he told me. Which helped me, and hopefully, the other generations listen, it might help them also. The 10 minutes kirtan? Yeah? wants to add anything?
Well, 10
No,
minutes.
it's too complicated. What I said,
No.
it's pretty
It's very
pretty straightforward, right? Yes.
What would you say makes this bhajan and whatever meditations that go through our hearts when doing kirtan?
What makes a good kirtana is your attitude, your heart. This is what will define a good kirtan. It's not how you play the harmonium, it's Prabhupada sang one melody, one Mahamantra melody, and he changed the lives of so many people. Very simple melody. You know, the Prabhupada melody. So it's the quality of your heart. And this will determine, your kirtan. If your heart is as pure as possible, kirtans, people will feel that people will feel the kirtan. If it's just lip service, if it's just beautiful music, people will also feel that. But the mood of chanting is Prabhupada says, this chanting is not an artificial imposition on the mind. So that means, Prabhupada says, just try to listen to ourselves chant this mantra sincerely. So we don't need to force Krishna, force, some picture of the deities in our mind. This is an artificial imposition of the mind. Prabhupada says, just listen to the mantra sincerely and chant sincerely. Because the mantra is not different from Krishna, if we believe that. If we don't believe that, then we'll do all kinds of gymnastics with the mind, trying to think of this pastimes and that pastime. But no, Prabhupada says, listen to the mantra. Because when we listen to the mantra and chant the mantra sincerely, then the holy names will reveal himself when the time is right. Krishna will reveal himself, his names, his form, his qualities, his pastimes, everything will be revealed by chanting the Maha Mantra. Right? Huh? So quiet?
Another question. Why do you think, you asked the question and I believe you also have thoughts about it. Why do you think the mantra is spreading?
Why do I think the mantra is?
Why is
I don't think I see it.
Yeah, why?
The mantra is spreading because, this was one of the predictions of Mahaprabhu. In every town and village, this chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra would be spread. And also because, there's so much suffering in the world, there's so many crazy things happening in this world, that people take shelter of spiritual things. And this chanting is pure because, it's Krishna himself. And if it's done from the heart, genuinely, then it will attract people. And then when it becomes contagious, then this is how the mantra spreads. And just like Prabhupada sat down in Nepal, because of his pure chanting, we hear now, the holy name is being spread. So everyone's doing kirtan now, which is very good. Yeah, so please, take kirtan very seriously. It's not just, don't take it as fashion. This is fashion, will last, 1-2 years and then it's gone. But, that connection, that sadhana, that it's like breathing. this chanting also should be like breathing. Like if we stop chanting the names of Krishna, we die. Well, something in us dies. So this should be a mood of chanting. The seriousness, importance of our connection with chanting. Yeah. Let's chat 5 minutes. Vishwadaya Krishnastaya Bhutale Shante Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pichara Nirvishesha Shanivaya Vastutyadi Sada Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama sure. Thank you, Surabhi.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Just keep chanting sincerely. It's very simple. Kirtan is very simple. It's just with the evolution of Kirtan in this world, I would say evolution. I'm not sure if it's evolution. There's so many things that comes in the heart of people that wants to make them do Kirtan for the wrong reason. So we have to find the right reason why we're doing Kirtan. Don't go for the wrong reasons. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Evening Kirtan or just
Oh, sorry?
5?
Half five.
Kirtan?
5:30, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
5:30.